thank you so much, Nicole, for jumping on and discussing your experience with my program. To give you folks watching an idea, Nicole works for a nonprofit organization that offers a safe place for men to get together, share, learn, and connect across their local communities all over Australia, which is such an important cause. So thank you, Nicole, for helping men find friendship in their communities across Australia. So just to jump straight into the testimonial, the first question is, what was the state of your ad grant prior to meeting me in terms of like spend levels or how you were feeling about it?
So we had the ad grant account set up pretty well, but we were not spending anywhere near the budget, the grant. So I think we were somewhere around $300 or $400 a month, which is, paltry compared to the 10,000 that's on offer. So we wanted to make sure that we were optimizing that a lot better than we were.
Yeah, and I can do you want me to actually share my screen because I have a little information here. Okay. Oh. So I just took a look at spend levels. So we actually launched the account on the 1st of May, like our new keyword research and ads. So just looking like at May to October compared to the prior period, the dotted line is the prior period. So we can see spend, in January was 761, 366, 819, and then we have 165. So like you say, like around 600 at the most. And then when we relaunched, so like that thick line, solid line is going to be sort of the spend levels per month. So we see, again, June is 1,000, and then this chart's a bit wonky, but 2,300 in July. And then the biggest month so far has been August 2023, which is about $5,000 in spend. And then, of course, we're in October now, but we saw September was also 3,758. So getting more near that 5,000 mark. And like I told Nicole before the call, there's a few more tips and optimizations that we're going to do in the account, which should hopefully get this up a lot. I mean, we'll easily be spending over 5,000 as soon as we make that change, which is exciting.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do you feel about seeing the chart? Were you sort of aware of the spend, or is this sort of like a surprise?
Yeah, that's a surprise actually. I very rarely look at the spend, I guess, because I don't have to fit into my budget. So I'm normally just looking at how things are performing in terms of click-through rates and keywords and things like that, as opposed to how much we're spending. So yeah, that's a big surprise, but it's good. We are definitely seeing one of the reasons we wanted to optimize the account a bit more was to see if we could get more traffic to the website using this medium as opposed to some of the paid mediums that we were using on social. So, and we're definitely seeing a steady rise in the amount of traffic that comes from Google Ads as opposed to something like Facebook or other socials.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good feedback. And then, so we launched around May, and I know you said before the call you don't exactly remember how many tables you had, but do you mind just sharing the number of community events that you're hosting now, sort of since we've launched?
So we launch community events every month that are called entrees, which introduces the men to the men's table and gives them an opportunity to figure out if it's something for them, if they want to join. So in terms of those events, every month, I would say we're doing at least a dozen, anywhere between 12 and 20. And then once those have happened and we have a group of men that want to form a table in their local community, then that launches. Like I said to you, I can't remember the exact number in May. I reckon it probably would have been around 120.
Yeah.
And now where are we? October, we're on 158 and still have a lot of tables emerging. We've sort of changed the way that we're naming and numbering the tables now just to make sure that they're solid. So we give them a couple of months of meets first before we say, all right, now you have a table number. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, that's amazing. And so those entrees are sort of like your acquisition table to the main sort of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's amazing.
The entree events are where we send all of the Google traffic for men to be able to register. Yeah.
Fabulous. So good. And I guess, so what advice would you give someone who might be sitting on the fence and deciding whether to enroll in the program or not?
I would say do it. It's My advice would be take the time that you need to go through all of the videos, and understand what you're doing. Always ask questions. Nicole is very handy with coming up with the answers for you. And I think more than once for me, we went off track to what your normal coaching session would be so that she could answer my questions. So, um, and I would say that what it helps with is making you much more comfortable with moving around inside your account and making sure that everything's working properly, gives you checks to do every month so that you can keep an eye on things, which means when you're reporting back, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there you go. And you actually, so you've sort of since the program ended, I think, you've actually created your own campaigns per state, ad groups, and ads. So, like, sort of, how are you feeling about like doing that process? Do you feel like you could do it again in the future?
I would, well, because I have the videos to always go back to, I always make sure I do, just to make sure that I'm doing it properly. Because whenever we add new content to the website, I go off and do my keyword research and I find out, whether it's something that I can optimize for. And then, and yeah, the templates that you provided me, I still use those. So I know that everything's laid out properly. And anything that I'm not sure about, I can just whip back into the videos and rewatch it, and I'm good to go. So yeah, am I good? Am I able to do it off the top of my head? No, but that's okay. I've got everything that I need to be able to do it. So
Yeah. Oh, very good. And then so the new campaigns that you built, so I think there was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that sound about right?
wow, I've been busy little bee, haven't I?
Yeah, yeah, I know. When I went back in and saw them, I was like, wow, these are really good. And I think we
Oh,
had
good.
maybe 6 campaigns prior or something like that. So yeah, it's like you've definitely doubled up on campaigns, which is really nice. And those are sort of statewide versus every single landing page for the entree events, which could get a bit.
Yes, yes, which we figured out was going to be a better option. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So you sort of answered the next question as well, which is what would advice or some advice that you'd give someone who's just about to start the program? But did you have anything else, any advice that you can think of?
Yeah, I would stick with, give yourself the time to do it, because there's a lot to learn and it's really interesting. Um, but you do need to give yourself the space and so that for the next coaching session, you know what's coming up and what you're actually talking about. So yeah, time. Give yourself time.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I feel like everyone says the same thing. Like I wish I took a little bit more time to like watch everything before, but everyone's so busy, so it's sometimes difficult. Okay,
Mm.
well, fabulous. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. And if you're watching at home and you're interested in the Google Ad Grant Coaching Program, go ahead and shout and we will get you all set up.